So, SML. What do I think of SML? Well, I think they're pretty good. Well, but hasn't it changed a bit if you just pay attention? Oh, yeah, it's pretty clear actually. Bowser Jr. What do I think about the Jr.? SML's had a lot of eras. For example, at first he just started with Mario, just making a bunch of random stuff with Tony, Mario, and all these other characters. Then he added, like, Waluigi, and it was pretty good. But then he enabled the Black Yoshi era. A bunch of Black Yoshi, Mario, and all this other stuff happened. And it was nice. Then this came along. The Bowser Jr. era. Now, most of the videos usually involve around Junior having his friends over and them doing something kind of just normal that for kids to do, or for them to just Chef Pee Pee cooking for Junior or Bowser. Those were very boring episodes. It's kind of hard for me to like some of these episodes. A lot of them have either bad ideas or just a bad video overall, which I usually don't like. So, what are the good videos? Let's find out. So, yeah. Well, what is it about episode 2 of the first grade series that I really like? I don't know, a lot of things. Maybe it's entirely made out of sexual jokes. No, not like Bowser Jr.'s 6th birthday, featuring just nothing but gross ones that are going up to the other things. But in this episode, they can actually make them funny. You know, Mr. Winkle's actually doing a decent job of, disguising him being a sex offender and a child molester. But still, it's funny. It's introducing to Mr. David Winkle, and first he's doing fine. Then eventually got a bit more into videos and kind of did a bad job at disguising it. Kind of like Screwball. At first, he really wasn't that much of a sexual child rapist. More of just a drug dealer, and yeah, then he changed completely. Just like this. At first, you would think that he wasn't really a, sex offender until later in the episode. And you know what? I like it. He's doing pretty good at the job, actually. Or not great, like not mentioning it all. He still calls people hot and likes to, ask them to meet them after class. And he also stays in the bathroom during lunchtime. But still, it's a funny episode, and I think it's a much bigger improvement than others. Bowser's Dilemma is underrated, for that matter. A lot of people think this episode was boring, or that it was just plain out a Bowser torture porn. And both of those make no sense. A Bowser torture porn evolves about Bowser getting things, for no reason, tormented. And in this, he's just messing up because of his not-so-bright nature. Akka, he's just not very smart. He's not doing good at cooking, and you can see that the reason he hired Chef Pee Pee is because he doesn't know how to cook. Not because he... Okay, then. Bowser keeps messing up a lot, and that's pretty much the whole joke of the episode. It's not that bad of a joke. I don't think it's bad at all. I think it's actually a nice jokes. He thinks that, for example, the joke right here.
Not cereal! You suck, kids!
That's a pretty funny one. When he thinks of that, the kids and stuff. That's a pretty funny fourth wall joke. Or, yeah. And there are some cool things. Chef Pee Pee left for work, so he marks stuff for Bowser so he doesn't make a mess. And he also has to clean it up. And in the end, this is also the last video sort of with just Koopa in it. Besides Bowser's dinner date. And why did Koopa have to get replaced with Joseph? Joseph is a fine character, but compared to Koopa, he was much better. Koopa was just a regular guy, but still, Joseph can make videos bad. Koopa really had no effect on the video. He could make a funny joke and make it better, but never would he have a bad effect on it. It just... whatever. On to number 8. Well, Chef Pee Pee's birthday. Now, why do I think this video is good? Most people think it's the Chef Pee Pee torture porn. And once again, those people don't understand what a torture porn is. A torture porn means the whole video, no matter what they do, will always stay them getting tormented for no reason. If they deserve the torment, it's not a torture porn. If they become happy in the end, it's not a torture porn. And in this episode, Chef Pee Pee is happy in the end. Jackie Chu actually gives him good presents. A new shirt with his name on it, and of course, he gets an iPad on the way that way never gets mentioned again. And yes, I know, most of this is Chef Pee Pee torture, but it's not a torture porn. There's a difference between torture and a torture porn. Or at least in a show it is. When this is coming as a torture is a small scene of somebody getting tormented. And torture porn is when you'll get tortured for the whole episode for no reason the whole time. And there's a huge difference in that. I'm not sure why people think this is a torture porn. It's not at all. Guess we're going on to number 7. Another video at Cody's house, or the first video at Cody's house. Now, I had a huge distaste for Cody's sleepover, mainly because the main element, according to that thumbnail, showed up at the end, and really only for one slight jump scare, and Thomas appeared for no reason, just to get a good scare out of the audience. And that really didn't work either, because, let me tell you something, Logan, don't do jump scare to jump scare. That will take the effect away. If that was the only jump scare in the video, it probably would have been more effective. Yet because you just did Chica's jump scare, they already got the scare out of them. Now, there's nothing left. And you know what that means? It's not going to be effective. If they took away the Chica jump scare and only added Thomas, that probably would have scared me. But it scared no one. Mainly, people were scared of Chica. And barely. Because we expected it. After we saw Chica in the closet and something was moving, we expected a jump scare. Jump scares are only effective when it'll make you jump. And how does it make you jump? When you least expect it. For example, if you were in the middle of just watching a funny video and you saw it. But this video changes that. First of all, it's not a scary video, so I don't have to worry about that. And it's also kind of funny. Cody's weird in this video, I must admit. But in most videos when Cody's weird, they try to make that not funny. And it's just, well, weird. In this video, it's weird and funny. First of all, Doofy the Dragon, and I love Doofy the Dragon. And second of all, we got a lot of other stuff, such as about Chef Pee Pee trying to get molested by Cody's mom, okay, and then Tyrone coming in and wanting to join, double okay, but still, it was funny. I mean, this is probably one of the weirdest SML videos, but that's good that this is a weird SML video. Most of the time when Cody's weird, however, it's weird. In this video, it's not. It's funny weird, and that's what I like about it. If only more videos that involved Cody getting weird were like this, I'd like it more. You guys know Black Yoshi and the Birds? That introduction sucked. It literally sucked. But they're trying here not to introduce the whole series, but something even harder, a new filming ground, aka a new house for plush channels. And they actually did it right. This actually has, first of all, some funny jokes. Second of all, no filler, because it gets straight to the point. Maybe some funny jokes involve a bit of filler, but usually it's not that bad. And also, well, everything. It's a good overall video. Kind of, some people didn't like this one. They thought that it was just kind of boring, and I kind of think it was boring too. If it weren't for this sometimes to be boring, and I would have liked it more. We only got a few funny jokes out of this video. Way less, you know, woo! Laughing my head off. Bowser Jr.'s train table. This video is so good. Do you know why it's good? It's entirely made out of, nope, not sexual jokes, Thomas jokes. And the Thomas jokes, oh, can they get funny? Sometimes Thomas jokes, well, can suck. And that happens a lot of times. But still, this Thomas joke was for some reason funny for me. For example, the Brooklyn guy brought the whole, like a bulldozer, a crane, all that stuff, just so he could build a real railroad. Only to know it was only for this thing. Junior, of course, demanded this, and Thomas doesn't know where to go. Thomas is going to get his buddies, and unless Chef Pee doesn't get it, and much more funny jokes. And that's really all I like about this episode. And you might be thinking this, you liking an episode for its funny jokes is kind of not really a whole reason to love it, but I think it is. Well, on to number 4. Jackie Chu versus the Fly. Okay, no, that's not the first, this is not the title of the video. The title of the video is The Fly Problem. But I'm talking about the rivalry between Jackie Chu and the Fly. Do I like it? Do I hate it? Well, it is no Bowser versus Mario, or Bowser or Mario when they're teamed up. The Fly and Jackie Chu is funny and racist at the same time. But still, whatever. This video was amazing. Well, I didn't really like Jackie Chu too much. I think when he was voiced by Chili, it was a great video. When he was voiced by Chili, I loved Jackie Chu. He was the cutest character ever. And then we got the second one in Bowser Jr.'s first grade, in his second appearance. And I'm not really sure he was voiced by then, because, of course, I can't see the hands. Or I couldn't even see the arm, for that matter, because it was a glove puppet. But still, what did I think of it? Not as good as Chili. The main point, probably, of Jackie Chu was mainly to be another Asian character's son of Jackie Chu, and to be cute and funny. And boy, was she cute when Chili was voicing her. She sounded like just a little Jackie Chu. Then we made voiced by what I'm probably guessing was Logan. And no offense, but I thought it wasn't as good. Then they had some other voices for him in part 2 or part 4, more specifically, because that's what they drew. And I don't even know who was voicing him. I think it might have been Lance, but still, did I think it was good? I think I was actually the worst Jackie Chu voice. And then they decided to settle with him in part 5 with Logan's voice. And I hope they didn't really settle with him and they just decided to use it. Now, I'm discussing too much about Jackie Chu, but I really like Chili's voice the most. Anyway, onto the video for ourselves. Was really funny. The jokes are funny, and all the other stuff. And no, not a Chef Pee torture porn, because Chef Pee got vengeance in the end. Do you know why? The broken guy doesn't get paid. Do you know why? Because he didn't care at all about what happened to Chef Pee. He got knocked out, he just left him there. He didn't look or check to make sure anything was okay with him, because he could have been possibly gotten some fracture and died. And no, we do not want that happening to Chef Pee, or at least again. Wario and Waluigis scam. Oh yes, finally they added in these characters. Or more specifically Waluigi, because at first they made Wario in, but called him Bubbles and made him a rapist, which didn't make much sense. I'm kind of glad they switched it to Lavelle, because that was more realistic to be a rapist. And this is probably Wario's true potential as a character. To be voiced by Lavelle, and be with Waluigi, and not raping everybody he sees in a prison. Whatever. Let's stop yelling and talk about the good stuff about this episode. This episode is really good. Well, first of all, the point of this episode is that Waluigi and Wario are broke, and they need some money, so they decide to look for somebody to rob. Of course, when they see Mario's car, they think he's rich, so they want some money from him. So they go in to say that they're the children feeding corporation or whatever, and of course, they are not. They're trying to rob him, and they find a lot of money on the way, and grab random stuff. Of course, in this video, Wario's an idiot, and then in Pokemon Part 2, Waluigi's an idiot, and then Pokemon Part 5, Wario is an idiot. Mouth is the idiot. Okay, so really what I like about these characters is kind of how they switch with their idiocy. At first, Wario's an idiot, then Waluigi's an idiot, and then Meowth's an idiot. They switch, and it's actually kind of funny and cool at the same time. You know, what I like about two people is when they're both idiots. And of course, though, the plot wouldn't be the same if they were both idiots. So we gotta keep it balanced somehow. And they do a great job on that. Making them switch shifts on idiocy really hits the hot spot. Bowser's depression. You know, we love that. Nope. Screw that episode. I hate Bowser's depression. It's this video. Junior Sleepover. This video is awesome. And definitely the best video. And do you know why? Not the best video, of course. That would be, of course, in classic SML. But it is one modern. And the whole thing of modern. Bowser Jr. era, Chef Pee Pee era, Bowser era, whatever you want to call it. This really makes this a good episode. For tons of reasons. First of all, Bowser Jr. sleepover is a genius idea. Junior having a sleepover. And Cody having a sleepover is pretty cool, but I kind of wish it was Joseph's sleepover. I've always wanted to see what Joseph was until he said he was poor, then probably he has a cardboard box. And then we get Doofy the Dragon, the introduction to him. And then we also get, you know, some other funny jokes. It's first FNAF video, or second FNAF video. That would be Luigi's Mansion. And then we get a lot of other stuff. And you know what? I love it. I like FNAF SML vids. And no, I'm not one of those kids that is all like, FNAF this, FNAF that, FNAF that, all hail Scott Cawthon. No, I'm not. I'm like one of the people that likes FNAF, but doesn't go all cherishing Scott Cawthon like he's a god of some sorts. But still, I love this. This video is great. And it's a good video. And overall, definitely the best video by SML in his modern era. Or Bowser Jr. era. I also like how they had a simple reference to Lifetime After Dark in this video, which I've also, for some reason, just kind of liked. Yeah. Don't judge me. But, there's my list. I hope you guys enjoyed. And don't forget to subscribe to me. And don't forget to subscribe to me. Ha.